guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this episode I'm going to do things a little bit differently. So I want to talk about Married at First Sight. So I've been a huge fan of Married at First Sight for years now. I didn't start watching the first season. I started watching like the 4th or 5th season, I think, and I've been like addicted to it ever since. I've been watching every single season. So I really want to talk about not just one particular episode, but I want to talk about like what we've seen so far. Because I have a lot of thoughts on this season. So I'm gonna go couple by couple. So the first couple I want to talk about is Jessica and Austin, right? So obviously this is like the perfect couple of the season, right? They pretty much agree on everything. Their goals are similar. They're on the same page. They're on the same energy. Like everything's going good with them. I did notice in earlier episodes that Jessica kind of likes to pick with Austin a lot. And I always wondered if this would become like an issue. But it doesn't seem to be bothering him, which is a good thing. So yeah, that's the only really like not big thing, but the only like issue that I saw with them is kind of how she just like kind of picks at him, and I don't want to say tear him down, but she does kind of get on him a lot about stuff. But for the most part, they're pretty good. But in these last couple episodes, right, they've really been making this whole love thing an issue, right? And they've been doing this with several couples where either them not saying it or them not, not feeling in love or being in love before is like an issue or a red flag. And in a situation like Married at First Sight, where you're throwing yourself into the situation, you can't have the same expectations that you would in a normal relationship. Like, you gotta give this dude time. And I know, like, at least for me, like, I really value action over words. So you can tell me you love me all day long, but if you're not showing it, then it doesn't mean anything. And I feel like Austin has really shown that he cares about her and loves her, and I feel like that should be enough to put her at ease. But I feel like they're really making this like a big deal. Oh god, I just see a bug in my room. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, they're making this whole thing with him not saying I love you or whatever yet like a big deal. And I feel like even though it probably was bothering Jessica in the back of her mind that it wasn't that big of a deal to her. And I tend not to be the conspiracy type, but I do feel like the producers are probably not in her ear, but they're like in her little confessionals, like they're probably constantly asking her like, hey, so Austin hasn't said it yet, how do you feel? Like they're probably constantly bringing it up to the point where it's making it an issue. But overall, I think they will be perfectly fine. Like, we all know what they're gonna say on decision day. Like, it's gonna be fine. I'm sure it does bother her, but like I said, I think they're hyping it up more than they need to. So the next couple, oh god, Katie and Derek. So I've had like an iffy feeling about Katie from the very first episode. She just never seemed sure to me. I didn't like how, she just was harboring on her ex so much. And I understood her point. I understood that as far as like the timeline goes, like the time between you ended things with your ex to being on the show, it wasn't that long. It wasn't long enough to where you could properly heal from it. But here's my thing. I feel like she should have been done with her ex like long time ago. Like there should have been ample time between that and her signing up for the show. She should have never signed up for the show and been in contact with him so soon. Like that should have been done before you even hop into a marriage with somebody. I feel like it wasn't fair for Derek for her to be feeling that. And for her to even go as far as to ask the other girls, like, hey, have you ever had a situation where you had an ex that came back around and was trying to get back with you? And they were like, no, we have not. Like, I don't know. Katie just always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And there are moments where she wins me back. And then there's other moments where she just loses me again. Like when she was speaking to her mother that one time and I got snappy with her. I'm like, Katie, like really? I don't know. But I mean, as of this recent episode with Recommitment Day, like I felt good about them. I really did. And you know, I do think they will work. I don't know. I want them to work out. I think they have the potential to work out, like in the long run, and past decision day. But at this point, I can't like decide or determine if they're both gonna say yes. Like, I just don't know. I feel like Katie is self-sabotaging this. You know, for her. Oh God, hold on. Because they had a whole argument over having dreams. Dreams? Like, you want your partner to have dreams and aspirations. I know for someone like myself that's a huge entrepreneur, I'm always doing different stuff, trying to start up different projects. Like, I'm a big dreamer. So I would love to have a partner that is very aspirational. You don't want your partner to not have any... Hey guys, sorry about that. My camera died and the lighting might be different too. Because I had to wait like an hour for my battery to charge enough to where I can continue recording. But I think I had left off with Katie and Derek. I think I said what I needed to say with them. Just she needs to stop self-sabotaging their relationship and they will be fine. So going to Mika and Michael, right? I'm always very like back and forth with them. I never know whose side to be on because, you know, Michael's not being honest and he's being kind of weird. Like, he's not really communicating. He's not really, like, he's talking in circles like Zach does. He, you know, he doesn't make a lot of eye contact. He's not very direct and forward like Mika is. And that's not always a bad thing. But I definitely think that Michael needs to do better with communicating. He really needs to... I just don't know how to feel about him because he seems like a genuine guy, but he just does stuff that's just not okay. And even with Mika too, like, I think that Mika is giving this an honest effort, but I think she is just getting tired and she now has this wall up from Panama when he, you know, made that ultimatum like, hey, if we don't, you know, do what we gotta do by the honeymoon, it's not gonna work. And she didn't like that, and so she's trying to move on. She's saying she's moving on, but in every single scene she's just like annoyed and irritated. She's always saying something negative. So I think they both have stuff to work on. Michael needs to work on his communication skills and be more honest, and Mika needs to not be so critical and harsh and have like this hard exterior up all the time. Like, you have to let your walls down when you're doing something like this. And that's something that I've noticed throughout these couple of episodes. Like, they both have these walls up. Like, Mika won't soften up, Michael won't be honest with her. So if they just were to come together and, you know, really make an honest effort, they really could work this out. Okay, so moving on to Brandon and Taylor. Oh, child. Now, again, like, from day one at the weddings, I was not a fan of Brandon. I felt like he was being weird. We now know it has partly to do with the cameras, but I felt like he was really weird and awkward. He had no charisma. I thought that Taylor was like too good for him. She was like the perfect wife, perfect package. Not saying perfect, like no flaws, but you could tell that she really gave her all. She really was committed and loyal to him. And it was crazy to me that in the midst of everything that happened in Panama, she was still like this nice, caring wife who packed up his stuff and was still there for him. I would not have done that. He could have packed up his own stuff talking to me like that. You know, and I think she had just got fed up. But at the same time, her going on social media and making that post about him, saying like, oh, like, I'm single and I need, you know, these requirements, in front of the complex that they live in. Like, that's not cool, man. Like, you can't do that. And yeah, I just think that see, here's the difference, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't, because with Brandon, right? Yes, he made a mistake. Yes, he talked to her like trash. He talked to production like trash, but he actually admitted it, apologized several times, and he's making an honest effort to fix it. Taylor, with this whole Instagram video, she, like, I don't even, like, she, like, even though she wrote that card and, like, gave that card to him, apologizing in the card, you need to say it. Like, why is it so hard for Taylor to vocalize saying I'm sorry? Like, I don't understand why she's still withholding that. Like, she is, like, it's almost like she still thinks that what she did was okay, and that she didn't do anything wrong, and that, you know, he just needs to get over it, and oh, it's just a joke, and it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke, and she told her friends that she did it out of anger. So that's why I'm not understanding why she can't just apologize. Just say that you're sorry. Like, it's not that hard. And yeah, I really wanted them to work too, but I just think that it's, I don't know. I mean, I know they said they're going to give it another go, and they've now decided to move forward, but I don't know, Taylor just doesn't seem sorry to me. Like, and even though Brandon was awful, he at least is making the effort and apologizing. And Taylor just wants Brandon to forget about it, like, just forget it ever happened. And it's like, no, like, you can't do that. But whatever. And let's see, last but not least, Mindy and Zach. Whew. Okay, so Mindy, right? I like Mindy a lot. I'm glad that Mindy's finally starting to come to her senses with all this, and, you know, finally seeing, like, Zach is full of crap. I'm glad that she's not still giving him the benefit of the doubt too much, and she's still, like, I'm glad that she had that talk with Dr. Viviana, and she's now starting to put her, like, her demands out there, and she's like, listen, these are my standards, and you need to meet me, like, here. Because, like, it's true, like, Zach is just doing whatever he wants to do. He hasn't moved in yet, which is a part of the experiment. Like, that's what you signed up for. And I can't give Zach the benefit of the doubt. He talks in circles. He makes no sense. Every single time he's trying to explain something to somebody, I literally laugh. Because, like, he's not making any sense at all. You know, and every time he's talking to Pastor Cal, I'm just looking at Pastor Cal's face the whole time, because even Pastor Cal's like, dude, you're full of it. And I'm so glad that Pastor Cal was real with him. Like, listen, you don't want this. Like, just end it. If you're not gonna make an honest effort, do not drag this along and try and make yourself look like the better person in this. Just end it. Like, I'm glad that he was honest with him. And even in Pastor Cal's confessional, he was like, you know, is he trying to promote his fitness company? Like, what is he even doing? Like, because clearly he's not taking this seriously. And, you know, I'm just hoping that for Mindy's sake, they don't work out and she finds someone 10 times as better as Zach, because Zach is just, and I don't think Zach is a horrible person, but he's not being honest at all. Like, he's not being honest. He's trying to look like the good guy, and whatever crap he got going on with Mindy's friend is shady. Like, when Mindy called the friend, and the friend was like, yeah, we planned on talking, like, after filming what? Like, Mindy just need to cut both of them off, especially that friend. That friend is shady. Why are you deleting text messages? Like, what are you doing? No, like, I feel so bad for Mindy. And okay, so I ran out of storage, so I gotta make this super duper fast. So yeah, I was talking about Mindy and the friend, and Mindy need to cut her friend off because that's just shady, and I feel bad for her, and Mindy is just looking really, really bad out here, and she doesn't deserve that. And I hope for her sake that her and Zach don't work out and she finds somebody 10 times better that's worth her time. But yeah, like I said, this season of Married at First Sight has been a train wreck, and it seems like everybody's just self-sabotaging the relationship. So I have no idea how the finale is going to look. But I may or may not make a video when the finale comes out talking about, you know, everything and how this all pans out. This season has been absolutely crazy. But anyway, hopefully you guys like this video. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts on all of the couples, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.